Hello there. What is going on, everyone? We are back with another pair of unboxings for reissues. This is the STAP Riders for the Separatists and the Rebel Veterans for, well, the Rebels. You guessed it. And we are going to take a look at these two. We are going to compare them to the originals, and also we'll show you everything that comes in these boxes. If you are new here to the channel, we do a lot of content for Star Wars Legion, other tabletop games, board games, card games, everything in between. Lots of science fiction properties, licensed games, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Would love to have you stick around and check out more content. Click that subscribe button. We're still doing that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my other videos. We're going to actually be announcing the winner for this latest one within the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and jump into this. I also want to thank Asmodee and Atomic Mass Games for sending this out for review, and it's very cool stuff. I will have links where you can check these out in the Asmodee store down in the video description below. So let's jump into these. All right, we're starting off with the STAP Riders here. Now, these guys, I think they have been out of print for a while, so this is definitely a welcome return. I am not sure if these are like new sculpts or if they're the same as the originals, primarily because like I believe they were already in hard plastic on a sprue, so I don't know if they really needed the hard plastic treatment, but you are going to at least get the new unit cards and all of that in here. So let's see what we're going to be getting. We do have a sprue here, and we do have our stands. Okay, these are going to be the curved flight stands. We have two bases, and we have our info pack and our card pack. Now on our info pack here, we are going to, of course, get directions on advertisements there, and we're going to have all of the stuff of the people who worked on this. Now this one is a little different, not much different, but it just has stuff. Usually it's just the bottom half of the page, so this one has a little bit more credits on it, which is something interesting. So I don't think that really is important to a lot of people. That's just one of these things that I notice. Yeah, and we have our cardboard here, and this is of course the new style of cardboard with the support option. Let's take a look at the sprue. At a glance, I think this is the same sprue that we have seen before, primarily because when I look at it, I see we've got the B1 battle droids with the little, the head, where the head is in two pieces. I know this was a point of contention for me before anytime assembling B1s, and I think with the newer B1s, they've been reworking some of the newer sculpts to have the heads as a single piece. So I believe this is the original sculpt here. So that's interesting. But yeah, we have the bike bases there, the top with the shooty bits, and the backpacks and the arms and the legs and the bits and the pieces and all the gears and handlebars and engines and stuff like that. So yeah, this is enough to make two STAP Riders, which is enough for one unit. We have two of the STAP Rider bases here, and we do have the curved flight stands. You have a small, a medium, and a large. You also have these bits which you can use the little ball joints on the top of these to connect them to a flat piece, although I don't believe it is required on this model because the model does, if I remember correctly, has a little indentation kind of right in here to receive the little ball. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the cards that we get in here. Oh, it's literally just the one STAP unit card. No upgrade cards in here. So, yeah. Well, normally I set them down. I do a whole different shot, and we talk about all the upgrade cards that come in here. But there's really just the one unit card. So, here's the new version. Again, you're getting two models in here. They have 3 health. No surge of any kind, but they're speed 3. No resilience. But they have the dual blaster cannons. Again, if there's 2 models in there, that's 6 dice. That's pretty cool. They have critical 1 on there. Speeder 1, cover 1, coordinate droid trooper or vehicle, and AI move and agile 1. And so that's what you're getting on here. You're getting those 4 unit cards. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now I do have my original STAP riders here just to kind of showcase how they'll look. You do have the balled fist on there, which you can kind of have down here, or you can hold it up like he's shaking his fist at those pesky Gungans, which surely these guys would want to swoop down and go to war on Naboo, right? But yes, so here's one of the STAP riders. I ended up doing something kind of fun with the extra flight stand. I believe the original version came with two like more large flight stands, because when I looked to mine, I'm like, oh, I have some big ones here, but I took the extra one, the extra flight stand, and kind of did this so that I could have the one guy kind of flying off of there, just to fit the really funny droid aesthetic that they sometimes have for B1s. They're kind of comic relief in the Clone Wars, and so I wanted a little comic relief for this particular STAP rider. So this is just some options that you can go with. I'm not officially endorsing this as their official option, but as you can see, it's imperfect because I could have shaved the little bits off of the feet here to make them do it that way, but I did it kind of I did it the abbreviated way. So this is one way that you might potentially be able to build them. And we've got our Rebel Veterans pack up next. This is the new hard plastic version of the Rebel Veterans. This is a super squad as well, so you're going to get 11 models in here. You're going to get the Mark II. You're also going to get the heavy, and enough to build the super squad if you were looking to do that. Previously, the only place you could get this reprinted version was in the limited edition version of the Echo Base Defenders Battle Force box. And I believe those are no longer in print, so this is the place to get your Rebel Veterans. They are a great unit, generally, to run on their own, even outside of the Battle Force. Now, we have a lot of bases in here, and we have a lot of plastic in here, too. We're going to take a look at that. We've got our insert here, and we have our cards and our cardboard, and I think that's it for everything in there. So let's go ahead and we'll get these out. We are going to get 2 core options because of the fact that you can run that Mark II as its own separate unit, and of course, for playing casually, you can always run this as 2 individual units as well. You can split it up if you have a way to clearly mark the leader. Here's our little insert here for everybody who helped bring this to us, and we're going to get our bag open here and take a look at our sprues. Now, as most of the new core options that are giving 11, you're going to have 1 sprue that's going to have all of your heavies and leaders, and then you're going to get 2 sort of duplicates for all of the regular Joes, right? I call them Joes. I don't know. But yeah, so here's, again, these are always going to be alphanumeric coded. So all of the D's are going to go together. All of the E's are going to go together. All of the F's are going to go together. And all of the G's, the real G's, are going to go together. And so it's always typically, G1 and G2 here. That's front and back torso. You're not going to put these legs on there because those are F legs. So you're going to find the other G legs, which are right here. This guy is kneeling. This is that kneeling Rebel veteran, right? And you're going to, find all the parts that match and put those together. You are also going to get a tactical rock over here on Echo 07. All right, so you've got that, and again, you're going to have 2 of those sprues. You also have the fancy sprue, which has your leader and your heavy weapons. Right, you've got your big Mark II blaster here with the little power generator. You've also got the pointy finger, because leaders always point their fingers. And we've got all the heads on this sprue as well. So lots of heads here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 heads. So we've got all the rest of the stuff right here. Let's take a look at these cards. All right, we've got our Rebel Veterans here, and as I typically do, I've flipped over one of the other language. Again, you're going to get 4 times the amount of cards because you've got all the different languages in there. You've got French, Spanish, German, and of course English. So we'll focus this, but I always do like to see what's on the back of the cards. So we've got one of the other ones here. So we can see the points are at 48 points. We've got heavy, personnel, training, equipment, and grenades on these guys. They have coordinate emplacement trooper, which is going to be nice because they come with an emplacement trooper. But you don't have to coordinate that. You can do an FD cannon or something like that if you wanted to. You've got low profile and prepared position, giving them early battlefield placement. Now you've got the unarmed attack is a black die, so they're a little tough. They've got some, some chiseled knuckles, and it would be a really cool name for an unarmed weapon, since they give everybody call these different types of funny names sometimes for the weapons. Chiseled knuckles would be a really funny one. They have the A280 blaster rifle, which is a black dice at range 1 to 3. They do have surge for both hit and surge for defense, but they have the white defense die with health 1, courage 1. You're getting 4 troopers in here. They are only speed 1. These are slow little fellas. This is that new version of the card. They're also going to come with the emplacement trooper, the Mark II. I've done the same thing here. I have the Spanish version on the other side, right? Oh no, French. I'm sorry, French version. Avec blaster moyen Mark II. Oh, deux. They're 38. I'm trying. Wait, no. Get back into English. We're not speaking French now. They do have detachment for rebel veterans, so you're gonna have to run one of these per rebel veteran. Fire support. They have full pivot, prepared position, reposition, and sentinel. So standby is always a nice one for these guys. Although I honestly, standby just gets worse and worse as every time. I feel like every time there's a major rules overhaul, standby gets worse and worse. Like, all right, pretty soon standby is going to be like, you can take standby, but you have to do 5 damage to the unit in order to do it. They also have the chiseled knuckles, the strong unarmed, and they have the Mark II, which is 4 black dice at range 1 to 3. It has fixed front, cumbersome, and critical 2. Also got the dual surge to hit and surge to block, as well as the white defense die. But they have 4 health on the Mark II, which is awfully nice. And the price is right for an extra core unit. They are pretty cool with courage 2 as well, but I like that critical 2 on that Mark II medium blaster. Now for upgrade cards, we do get a couple things in here. We do get a Rebel Veteran Personnel upgrade card. We also have the Rebel Veteran Squad, which is 63 points, right, for 5 Rebel Veterans, giving you Indomitable, that extra cohesion and the inability to be transported, but you get 5 dudes there. And then we've got the CMO 93, which is a really nice weapon to be able to throw into your Rebel Veterans. He's 4 dice at range 4. Yes, they're white dice, but he does give you critical 2 to your attack pool for a unit that, critical 2 is honestly nothing to shake a stick at, right? I don't know why you'd shake a stick at these guys anyway, because even with white dice, they're gonna beat a stick, I think, right? Ewoks use sticks, and I think these guys could take an Ewok any day of the week. All right, so we've got some of the Rebel Veterans put together. You can see how they are looking. Now, again, these are new hard plastic sculpts. For comparison to the original Rebel Veterans, our leader is markedly different. Not only is, you have to forgive my older paint job here, but not only is it a different pose, it's also a hard plastic. And that also applies to everybody else, like our Mark II here. Is slightly, for the most part, this pose is mostly the same, but there's a lot of extra detail on the models, and they're it's definitely an upgrade. I don't think the Rebel Veterans were ever a bad sculpt to begin with, so even if you have old Rebel Veterans, they are still pretty groovy. I dig the dynamic posing that they're giving these guys, and the lots of detail in the cloth. They're going to paint up real nice for you. I think you're going to have a blast putting these guys together. I am going to have to reevaluate my Rebels, because if you saw the old ones, right, I gave them all blue basing, and I do regret the blue basing. I think we're going to go with snow this time around. All right, so that has been a look at our STAP Riders and our Rebel Veterans. These are both reissues of units that had been out of print that are now available. So you can head over to the Asmodee store. You can get your pre-orders in. You can pick these guys up, get them in your carts, and they're now going to be available. If there are out of print models that you've been looking for, stay tuned. They're probably going to be showing back up very, very soon. AMG's done a tremendous job of kind of fulfilling and making good on all of their promises to bring things back to availability and get product back in the hands of the people that want to play with it. So this is another step in that direction. Very cool stuff. Big thanks again to AMG and Asmodee for sending this out for review. And we are going to see you in the next video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely out of this world and help make the whole thing possible. Thank you so much for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all. And always wash your socks.